welcome to Festpod, the unofficial rock festival guide. I'm Neill Wilkinson. In this special episode where we're dedicating the whole show to the Takeover at Download, we'll announce and introduce you to the winning bands in the 2024 contest, who you'll be able to see performing on the Takeover stage in June. So let's welcome my fellow hosts. Let's take a trip around the country. Where we're going to go first? Let's go first to North Wales, and let's see if we can bump into Richard Holmes.
Hello there, Neil. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Richard Holmes. How are you?
I'm living the dream, thank you, sir. I'm living the dream. I am so happy to be here in your almighty presence.
Can you try again but sound sincere? You're sounding a bit sarcastic there, Rich.
Not at all. I am the most sincere you'll ever find of me.
So we're both celebrating the Takeover with our clothing because we have Crushed by Waves merch on. Have you noticed? Of course, the band who are actually from the Northwest, who were on the stage last year.
Oh, how did that happen? Did you see that? Did you do that?
I don't get hurt.
The
What
production
do I get
value
hurt?
going up. Honestly, Neil, I just don't. Did you do that?
That's
How does
just
that
mad.
work?
They're just coming from you. Look,
Wow.
they're just coming from you.
He is a truly special boy.
I'm blown away. It doesn't take much to impress me, Neil.
I know.
Bit of Crushed by Waves merch and a few arts, and I'm yours easily. I'm so easily won.
So, like I say, up in the Northwest, it is Arran Prime from Crushed by Waves.
Hi.
And you were actually on the panel of the Takeover.
I was. I am. Yes.
You were.
I am still. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, but fuck me. Oh, yes, I am.
Yes,
and it
you're
was
here with us to
fucking
discuss. It was, yes. There was quite a bit of. There was hundreds of bands this time, wasn't there? So as there usually is,
Yes.
actually.
Yes.
But now we need to go even further north. Let's get on that West Coast Main Line and get off at the Glasgow stop and look out for Hevs. It's Heather Gibb. How are you?
Hiya. Hello.
Now,
There's
Heather.
the Queen.
Yeah, the
Hi.
Queen. The Queen of
Queen
the
of Takeover. All hail the Queen.
Heather Gibb there. How you doing, Hevs?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Are you shattered from all the work that you had
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was, looking to enjoy a couple of days off, but
to do? It never
the wheel
stops,
just
does it?
keeps spinning, and it'll keep like this until download now for the next 8 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty hectic. But I'm glad the bands have been selected because that is by far the most stressful part for me. It's just trying to keep the panel engaged and keep them talking and keep them moving the process along, and so it's like herd and sheep.
Wow, well, job done now. All we need to do is tell everybody who has been selected. But before we do, let's just let everybody know how they can get in touch with Festpod. So follow us on the socials or on YouTube by looking for Festpod. And don't forget to follow the Takeover page on Facebook and Insta by searching for Takeover at Download. Now, there are two versions of this show. There's audio and video. The video is on YouTube. Of course it is. And the audio is on your podcast app. So just search for Festpod on there to find it. Now, we're also on Patreon, so you can support the show as well with a small contribution to get access to VIP Club, which is our Patreon scheme. You'll get outtakes and supporter merch. We've also got some fantastic merch available to buy on Etsy. Here's just one example. There's a patch there, beautiful, gorgeous patch to patch onto yourself. So just search for Festpod on Etsy to find it. So let's kick off with the Takeover news. So for anybody who's new to it, let's have a little chat about how it works. Hevs, how does it all work?
So every year we get to put on 5 or 6 unsigned up and coming acts. And when I say unsigned, I mean unsigned to like a prominent label. Not your little sort of local labels, but an up and coming UK band or overseas band. We've had a few apply this year. And we start the selection process around about sort of like mid-March, once we have the okay from the team at Live Nation that we are going ahead that year. We choose a panel of about 10 to 12 people, and we ask bands to submit 2 videos. One is a live video, and that needs to be live footage, live sound, not edited, and that needs to be the first and main submission. And then we also ask them to submit an edited video as well.
So you want to see bands sort of in the raw, really, don't you? Just performing without any sort of special effects, particularly in the video.
100%, yeah.
And then you want to see like a music video.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to necessarily be a like professional level sort of grade music video for the live entry. We've had numerous bands over the years who've submitted fan footage from a mobile phone. We've had a lot of bands do that. We can tell if a band's good live or not. We've been doing this long enough. We can tell if they've got energy.
How long have you been doing it for, Hevs?
I have been part of the Takeover since 2009.
Wow, that is a long time.
Yeah, I actually sang at it the first year they had it.
Wow.
And it was very much they had this empty stage, so they'd said to the admins of the forums at the time, "We've got an empty stage, do something with it." So they went onto the forums and said, "Can anybody do anything interesting, like sing, juggle, tell jokes?"
Well, just so they had some entertainment before the main.
Yeah, just so they had some entertainment before the main festival started, and they could use up the stage time. And my friend put me forward for it and said, "Oh, check Hevs out, she can sing." And I was asked to do it, and I ended up getting selected to do it. And I think that year we had 2 bands, and we had myself and another guy who was like solo singers, and we had a comedian, and we also had a burlesque dancer.
Wow! So a proper variety show then, not just a
proper variety. It wasn't. I mean, there was like probably at the very most about 700 or 800 people in the tent. It wasn't busy. It wasn't like what it is now. It was.
Yeah, it's massive now, isn't it? I mean, Rich, you were with me last year. The tent is absolutely huge, isn't it?
Yeah, the tent is like the tent they gave us last year is probably twice the size of the one we originally had.
Wow!
And the one we originally had was the old third stage tent that they used to have in the main arena.
Right.
So that was the tent that we originally had. So I sang at that one, and then for a few years after that, I did the photography. Because I've got a photography HND, so I used to do a lot of live music photography. So I did the photography for a few years, and then Phil and Carrie, who were running the forums at the time, said to me, "Do you want to start coming on board and helping us pick the bands?" So I said, "Yeah, absolutely, would love to." And I think the first time I did that was probably about 8 years ago. And eventually Carrie and Phil decided to step down, and Phil, who was primarily running the Takeover, handed me the reins and said, "There you go, babes, it's all yours." I was like, "Okay." I'm running a stage at the time. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I've been involved in it for a long time. So yeah, and we've been doing it in this format for a long time now as well.
Right, okay.
Trish, who co-admins the forums with me, her and I sort of got together and decided on a good format to go forward, something that would be fair, something that wasn't a popularity competition, because anybody can get people to like a post on Facebook. It just depends how many followers you've got, and that's not always a fair way to do it. Although some bands get confused sometimes and think that's what it is. We have had that over the years.
Right.
But we get the panel to listen to every single band that applies.
So tell me about the panel. Who is the panel?
So the panel can be, we've had like musicians, we've had podcast presenters,
Really?
Neill, yeah.
Really?
We always ask someone from a band from the previous year to sort of like, or to sort of like be a special guest, which
And
this
I
year
am
was
honoured.
this year was Arran. We also had Nick from October Ends as well, because I caught up with Nick at a Glasgow gig the guys did a little while ago, and we were talking about it, and he was like really excited about, you know, potentially being able to be on the panel. And I couldn't say no to him because he just looked at me with those big puppy dog eyes. Well, looked down at me with those puppy dog eyes, because he's about 8 feet tall.
He's very tall.
Yeah, he's very tall
boy.
compared to me. I'm a short arse. And he really wanted to take part in it. So I said, oh, okay, we'll have 2 guest judges this year then.
Wow.
He was practically begging me, so I was like, that's fine. And I like Nick. I've got all the time in the world for him. He's a nice guy. So yeah, we always have the celebrity sort of guest judges as well. We have people off the Facebook page as well. We asked this year, I think that's the first year we've done that, is we actually went onto the Takeover Facebook page and said, who wants to be on our panel this year? And we got some names from that as well, and from the forums as well. We always get somebody from the forums. We make it so that we don't have the same people each year. That is becoming more and more difficult, because the more people that do it, the less people we have to sort of like choose from. And not everyone is confident enough to be able to sort of come into that environment and start, you know, speaking up for the bands that they like. You know, we don't want people who are just going to go, oh yeah, I like them. Oh yeah, I like them. We need people that are going to go, I like them, and this is why I like them, and this is why I think they're going to be good on the stage. Passionate. We need people that are, well, I mean, it's a really fast-paced environment. It's ridiculously fast-paced, and I do crack the whip quite a lot. Yeah, Arran will tell you.
Well, you've got so many bands to get
my
through.
god, it was starting to be more stressful than my actual job. I was like, I had this spreadsheet that the spreadsheet was making my eyes go funny. I had to have my iPad open over here, my phone over here, my AirPods in. I literally spent all of it. I spent days, hours, full sets and sets of hours, because you can't just give it a little go. I listen to like the full live clip, then I listen to the full music video, and then I go into the socials, then I do the next one, full live clip, full video, full socials, blah, blah. And honestly, that process in itself, if you just sat down like a robot and went through it, it is so taxing, honestly. But it was fun, but it was Jesus.
I worked out that it would have taken probably somewhere in the region of about 21 hours of listening.
Wow.
Just to get through all the bands, if you listen to both videos. And that's like, you know, when you break that down, and these guys only had like less than a week to go through all these bands, because once we get the go ahead, we're then on a time scale where we have to have the bands picked by a certain time, because we then have to deal with production and download, and we then have to deal with the accreditation people, and you know, we have to get all the information from the bands, like their contact details, their stage plots, you know, what breakables they're bringing with them, you know, how they're arriving, what their vehicle regs are. So that's all got to be done within a certain time scale as well, and that's dictated by download as well. So we're on a tight schedule as well. But the guys listening to bands, it is a lot to ask of them to listen to hundreds and hundreds of bands that have applied, and to do it in a short time frame.
Not for the faint-hearted.
And we ask them we give them the list of bands and say, right, listen to every single band and come back with a list of bands that you think will be suitable. It doesn't matter if it's 5 bands, it doesn't matter if it's 150 bands. Just give us a list of all the bands that you like.
And you whittle it down, don't you, from however many hundreds?
Yeah, so what I basically do is I put all the band names down from the lists that they give me, and then I just basically go A to Z. And then I basically go in and I count how many bands. So if a band's on 9 shortlists, or a band's on 5 shortlists, or a band's on 4, some of them aren't on any shortlist at all. So those ones are sort of like, you know, unfortunately that does happen. Not every single band is going to make it through to the next stage. So we whittle it down by process of elimination. And then once we get around to about 15, 16 bands, we've got to whittle it down to 6 bands. And I just let them have
total all that the major number of bands who came through this year, we're in the hundreds, aren't we? We're whittling it down for what, 500, 600?
It was this year we had a little bit less bands apply, I think because we lost our Facebook page. And on our Facebook page, we had 7,000 followers on our original Facebook page, and for some reason, Facebook decided to close the page for absolutely no reason. And I spent months trying to get it back, to no avail. Didn't want to leave it any later, so thought, do you know what? I'm just going to open a new page. So we've gone from about, I think last year we were 545 bands applied. This year we had just under 400.
Okay, well, I mean, that's still a high number.
So we've lost a couple of bands. You know, we tried to get as many people to share it as possible, so that we could, you know, try and get as many of those bands to be aware that it was happening this year. But we've still had bands that have missed out. So, yeah. Thanks for that, Zuckerberg. So we had just under 400 bands this year, and
so that's a lot of listeners. I can't believe how many bands you've got to get through.
It's still a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, because Arran, I don't know how much music you listen to on a regular basis, but that's got to be more. You don't normally have 400 bands on your list, do you, to listen to?
No, I know. I love music. I love music a lot. I listen to a lot of music, but holy shit, that was the most music I've ever listened to in one sitting in my entire life. It was like a back-to-back sort of fucking like marathon, and I honestly, my head was scrambled. I had to like tape myself. I had to give myself like so many bands. I was like, right, I need a break. I'm going to have 10 minutes just to clear my ears, clear my mind. I'll come back in and I'll start again. But oh my God, that's a process. That is a process. Big time.
Did you have to?
I've got the whip marks on my back to prove it, Hevs.
Sorry.
It's all good. Love you.
Did you have to clear your palate every now and again by listening to some pop?
Cleanse the ear palate.
Or, you know, some
just
Eiffel 65 or something like that. Yeah.
Like smelling coffee beans, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
That was one thing I found last year on the panel was you get so into the zone and you get down to a certain stage where everything starts to sound the same. and you have to take a break, and you need to step away, and you do need to do that. You need to listen to some Taylor Swift, or you need to listen to some friend of the show. You know, you need to listen to some Crushed by Waves, or something like that. And you've got to do it, otherwise it becomes very, very difficult, and it becomes very unfair, because a band who probably deserves to play might not get the opportunity because you've become numb to it. I felt so responsible in that way. I felt such a massive weight of responsibility that I needed to give every single band that same given opportunity. I didn't want anyone to not get my full attention or not get like my listening or like. So I wanted to appreciate everyone individually all the way through, so that everyone got a fair crack of it. Like I felt really like. Honestly, I felt the guilt, the shame. If I'm like, no, I can't not listen to this. I need to listen to all the way through, no matter what band it was, no matter who they were, what type of music it was. I just gave them a full dosing, just so everyone got a proper bit of my time.
Because the thing is that you know how it feels, because you were on the other side last year, waiting for that
fuck,
decision.
It's still to this day is still the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my whole life, and like I still reflect on that day at playing Download. It is like there's still the best feeling in the world, and even finding out, like, do you know what I mean? I absolutely freaked out. I was almost crying. But
where were you?
So I was on holiday. I was literally on a trip away, and I thought someone had died, because Ma rang me on holiday knowing that I was away. So I thought, shit, something's bad's happened, because Ma's ringing me on holiday and she knows I'm on holiday. I was in the middle of a very busy street in Copenhagen, and next minute I'm getting told I'm playing Download. I'm like, freaking out in the street. People just walking past having a coffee, trying to chill out. Fuck's that weirdo with the long hair? Yeah. So I had a bit of a freak out loud. It was audible. I made a bit of a scene in the street, but naturally you do that when you're being told this thing. Yeah, it was a moment, but this is all thanks to Hevs. Hevs made that dream a reality for us. Like, we never in a million years thought it would be possible. We were never the biggest band on the lineup for the list of bands that applied, I'm sure. And there's so, like, this process makes you realise how many like talented and how deserving some of these people are. There's some frigging amazing bands. Like in that list, I'm like, I wish I could just put like everyone on. I'd be letting loose. It's so difficult to whittle it down.
Yeah,
it's so difficult, honestly.
Have you found some new favourites?
Yeah, even just being as a band, as a like a musician, it's cool as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I've had my eyes open to bands I didn't even know existed. I'm like, they're really cool. Some really cool bands.
It's a great way to find new music, and
Oh,
I always
it's the
find that
best.
every April my Spotify list grows like massively because I'm always adding bands on it. You know, although I do try and wait until after the announcements before I start liking bands because people
I
find
didn't like
me.
them, Hevs. Don't worry. I didn't follow them on Instagram or nothing. I didn't even speak to them. Didn't talk to them until recently.
even though I tend to go by my nickname Hevs on anything that I do on the Takeover page, people always find me. They always figure out who I am, and they add me on. And I've got like so many musicians on Facebook, and I don't mind adding musicians on my Facebook at all. You know, I like following bands and stuff and seeing bands progress. But yeah, I've kind of got to be careful with it because I don't want a band going, oh my god, Hevs has suddenly liked her Spotify. Oh my god! And you know, it's like, and then they don't get through, and they're like, what? And then I'm getting chinned. But no, it's
no one could chin you, Hevs. I've met you. God fucking help anyone.
And just briefly, just to talk about the effect of the takeover on the music scene in general. I mean, of course, Download is the UK's biggest rock festival.
Yep.
You know, and the takeover is the first musical thing that's happening on stage at Download. So there's some effect there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean there is. Yeah, it allows bands the opportunity to say, you know, to put on their CVs or their websites, we've played Download, because they have played Download. You know, it might not be the main arena as part of the main festival, but they've still played Download, and they're still being, you know, looked after by Live Nation. You know, every band that plays, every member of every band that plays is given a free pass for the festival for the whole weekend. We can't pay them, but you know, the way I look at it, some of these bands are getting the value of these tickets are way more than some of them would be seeing at a weekend gig to get paid anyway. So, you know, they're getting a band of 5. What's the price of a Download ticket now?
Hundreds,
yeah. I mean, you got a band of 5 people, and it's like, you know, £1,700 worth of tickets that they're getting for free, and that's great as well, because they also get to enjoy the rest of the festival because they've already done their bit at the start of the week, and they're the first bands to play. They're the first entertainment that people see, and people are so hungry for it because they come in, they put their tents up, they get themselves organised, they crack open a beer, and they head round to the village, and they hear music coming from the tent. They wander in, and they're like, yes, there's live music on already. This is brilliant. So, you know, they enjoy that. That is, and Andy Coppin himself said that the takeover it's its own entity now. It's, you know, it's its own thing. It's not just this wee side stage anymore with some bands playing on it.
Does he pop in? Does he look at the takeover?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I can neither confirm nor deny. But Andy's not the only one that books bands. There are other people that book bands for Download.
Wow, amazing! So I mean, it can just be the beginning of your launch, can't it? You know, it's you're in front of a lot of eyes.
Yeah, you are. It increases
ears.
It definitely increases the profile of a lot of these bands. The bands. I mean, some of the bands that have played over the years will tell you that they've gone places and played the amount of gigs that they weren't expecting to play before they played the takeover. It does increase their profile. It does, you know, the fact they can say, "Oh, we've played Download Festival." It's in their CV. It's on their website. You know, that can make a difference. And I mean, Arran will tell you he's literally a superstar now since they played the takeover.
Literally does make a difference.
Literally a superstar. Yeah.
Behave. No, we've definitely reaped the benefits of it, and like, you know, even for our own minds, I think it changes you on a genetic level in your soul. You know what I mean? You've unlocked this new, you know, sense of accomplishment, and you're like, yeah, we can do this. We actually can go up on them stages and play it. We just needed that opportunity, and it was given to us, you know, amazingly. Out of God knows, I think like 700 odd bands, there was like 5 people that could go up on this stage, and we were just blown away. But since then, yeah, we are, we're doing really. I think we're on our journey. We're doing well. We're just doing what all bands do. We're making our way, but we're finally being able to headline our own tour, for example, or put our first album, and it's opened the gateway for us, and I feel like we're inserting ourselves now comfortably into this scene, this community, and we've got our little place at the table, hopefully, or at least we're trying to. This is where this sort of thing leads. But yeah, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And that's that genuinely is true.
Wow.
Still to this day. I mean, you guys were there, you enjoyed it. It was just such a magical moment. Like, even just walking in, it's so like weird, and I can't describe it for these other bands, but like walking into the tent when it's empty. And before everyone's landed, everyone's like unaware, doing their own stuff, packing the tents, getting the beers up, and you walk into this stage. It is enormous. It is the biggest thing ever, especially when it's empty, because you see how cavernous it is. And then I think the stage that we played on last year was nicer than a lot of the stages that I watched in the main arena, because I obviously I got pissed, enjoyed all the bands, had a great time, a download. But like these things had big screens on, so like behind us we had like screens flashing, full lighting. There was a stage manager. There was all kinds going on. It was like, whoa, this is what it feels like to be one of the big hitters, one of the apex predators of the music world. So yeah, it was awesome. It really is like truly like game changing for young bands or bands like at our level. So yeah, can't thank Hevs and the team and all the judges enough, because it was just like, to this day, the best thing that's ever happened, and I'll always be grateful till the day I die. Thank you.
And Arran's had an opportunity to play on a full-size stage and throw his shapes all over it. So he's really wanting more of that.
It's just loads of hair everywhere. That's the shape. The shape.
He's like a bloody Energizer bunny on stage.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Batteries in that man. Fuck me.
It was huge. Yeah, it was a big stage. Even I was like, wow, look at the size of the tent they've given us this year. And the stage was higher up this year as well than it normally is. So yeah, it was good though. You guys were awesome.
The best. Oh, you're awesome. Yeah. But yeah, it was the best thing ever. And God bless these bands. They're going to have the best time of their lives. They're going to lose the actual shit. Their minds are going to explode. The heart's going to explode. They're going to have like 10 shits. It's going to be so fucking nerve-wracking, but also amazing. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. I'm jealous. I'd love to do it all over again. But yeah, it's going to be good.
On that note, let's get the results right after this.
Hi, we're InVisions, and you're listening to Festpod. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Festpod. So now let's indulge. We've had enough waffling. Frankly, let's get into the meat and potatoes of why we're all here today. Let's get the results of the 2024 Takeover at Download contest. So there are 6 bands who we are going to announce now. The first on stage will be...
So the band opening the Takeover at Download and in fact opening the Download Festival for 2024 are Veiled.
Woo!
So these guys are a very young band. They've only been together since 2022. One of the reasons I was so impressed by their live performance and their cohesion. They're so tight, they're so together. Can't wait to see what they bring.
I like it tight.
I've heard that about you.
Yeah, that's what your missus told me.
Yeah. Imagine walking into the Download tent and you're fucking greeted with it. Oof.
Tell me your thoughts, Arran.
Oh mate, I'm in a really mysterious and dark place. I feel like it really sets the mysterious tone. And then have that. Fucking got a beer down you have you. Just set your tent up. Fuck off. Have that. Boom. Your tent's just blown away, mate. It's rolling down the hill. Yeah. These fuckers are gonna bring it. I think. I love the imagery. Like the bands, looks really mysterious, really cool.
They're all hoodies, aren't they?
What's going on? Yeah, they're all in this outfit. I obviously can just about make it out from how that the video is, but it's supposed to have this sort of really creepy style. It's awesome. The video is really well shot as well.
Yeah, with them all hooded over, it just put me in mind of Sleep Token.
Yeah, it was given that vein. It was in that space, but then they put it straight into fifth gear, don't they? They don't fuck about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
hit you like a wall.
I love the aesthetic, but I love anything that's gothic, black. I love all that sort of that look. I just that really does it for me. But the music is heavy as fuck, and I love it.
It's heavy as fuck.
Oh fuck yeah! It just makes me want to mosh until my fucking neck falls off, man.
Yeah. Fucking let's burn this tent to the ground.
This is the kind of song that gets me round my housework in about 5 minutes flat. Because I'm just hoovering like a maniac to the sounds. Yeah, these guys are fast, and yeah, I can see the Sleep Token comparison with the aesthetics, but and when they start playing, you kind of think, oh, is this a bit Sleep Token-y? And then that hits, and you're just like, whoa, no, this is way more than Sleep Token. These guys are so fast and just amazing, and the clean vocals are really good as well. So yeah, love them.
So congratulations, Veiled.
Ooh.
Oh. See, this is
makes my toes rumble.
Your toes rumbling.
And this is now this is going to be really loud in that tent as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
These boys are going to drag so many people into that tent.
Yeah.
And then to hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Amazing. So next up on the lineup, who have we got?
So the next band on the lineup are InDevth.
Hooray!
Another young band, really coming up, sound amazing. They're actually just about to release their new EP called Drowning, and on the back of that they're playing a couple of gigs in London and Southampton on the 18th and 19th, so you'll catch them out if you can. Give them a little pre-download love.
I'm really enjoying this. I think they're a great selection. What do you reckon, Rich?
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Arran Prime, any comments?
I'm in a happy place, Neill. It's a nice, sweet spot, isn't it? Just when people thought they were just about to fucking pick the tents up off the floor and open another beer, we just smack them in the face with this.
It's difficult to say. These guys just are really good. There's everything about these guys I just really like. Everything about them just works so well. It's just like the gentiness of it and the vocal and everything just seems to tie really nice. I'm really looking forward to seeing this live.
I even like the appearance of this band. Like, they struck me as a bit of like chav metal. Like if Chavs in the car park picked up guitars and stuff and just started brutal fucking tearing people a new one. Like, if it, this is how Chavs should fight.
Chav metal is trademark Stephen Akira. I'm afraid you can't use chav metal without giving credit to Stephen Akira.
They should this would be their street fight. Like if they were to meet in the street, the two gangs would approach each other and they would have this fucking metal off.
Oh, I would love it. Someone's got to
I'd pay to see that.
Oh, that's
amazing.
metal
off. Please make that happen.
That's amazing.
Is that like a melon off?
Yeah. It's like so much better. You've just got to be wearing 110s to take part. Right. If you're not wearing your Nike 110s, you can't play.
We've just had a little conversation about their name. Haven't we, Hevs?
I don't.
So, what?
That kind of words, Neill. We can't come back from this. Quick, play a light show.
Yeah. No, what I love about these guys, there's two main things that really stand out for me with these guys. Is the bass lines absolutely banging on this track as well, and his vocals have got such range. He goes right from the really low growls, and then he goes right up the range, and he's doing these sort of like higher pitched sort of, I don't want to say screams, and going straight back down to these low growls again, and I absolutely love it. It's just got me all over the place. But yeah, I can't say their name properly.
Well, it's
yeah. Sorry, someone had Hevs off and threw a V in there, and that really
it threw you, did it?
Unfair on
It really threw me.
Yeah, it was not fair on Hevs at all. So whoever did that.
Yeah, I think because
you knew what you were doing.
I think Rich said it. We're sort of saying InDevth, aren't we? But
InDevth. It's like the black metal thing, isn't it? It's
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like the letter not sounding the way it should. Yeah, and
how did you pronounce it?
It's like an upside down E. Isn't it?
Hevs, could you
exactly that?
Just because you're sort of sliding away there, Hevs. I don't know what's happened, but if you can,
I'm hiding. I nearly fell off my chair laughing.
She's pissed herself and laughing as she stood off a chair.
Can you turn your camera down a bit? We just there we are, just so we can see the nips. There we go.
You're so mean. I almost landed on my poor dog. I was laughing at her. He's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Okay.
It's like, oh, my mum.
So the next band up on the takeover stage. Who is it, Hevs?
So the next band for the takeover is a band from Scotland. Called Scotland. Called. And they style themselves as a Celtic punk band. They are called the Gallowgate Murders.
From Scotland.
And I think you can only say the Gallowgate Murders properly if you're actually Scottish.
The Gallowgate Murders.
You've got to say it like, you know, like there's been a murder.
There's been a murder.
It's like you've got to roll the R. There's been a murder.
Oh, I like this.
The Gallowgate Murders.
Aaron's eyes did it for me then. You win.
Oh, sorry, I got a bit murderous. I got into the mindset of the murderer when I said the name.
Oh, I like that.
It's not scary at all.
You've got to be in the Gallowgate to murder round here, son. Don't be thinking you can murder in the streets. You've got to do it in the Gallowgates.
Do not murder in the streets or the dance floor.
Please.
Very impressed by that.
I love that. The sound of the voice. Just Hevs, talk to us. Tell us about these murders.
These murders. Go be your murder in a minute, Arran. Arran.
Paint these white walls red. Arran.
The Gallowgate Murders. Arran.
Arran.
So I love these guys. These guys are just so much fun. They're like a total party band. The panel really loved them. They just the instruments that they use aren't what you would see in a normal, you know, sort of metal band. So they really stood out from all the entries, and they were very popular with the panel. So I'm looking forward to partying hard with the Gallowgate Murders.
The Gallowgate Murders.
The Gallowgate Murders.
So are we? How did you describe them? Was it folk punk?
Celtic punk.
Celtic folk punk.
Celtic
right,
punk.
Okay.
That's how they describe themselves.
So there's got some unusual instruments. I'm looking at what I think is possibly a lute. I mean, I don't know what that is really. It looks like a guitar, but it's round and sort of bulbous.
Bulbous.
Yes. We like that, don't we, Rich?
Cheeky.
We like it bulbous.
These guys are really popular round about sort of like Edinburgh sort of area. They play bannermans and pubs and clubs like that. So yeah, they've gathered quite a dedicated following from their doing pub gigs and things. So it'll be good to see what they bring to the takeover, and you know how the crowd like them. I think they're going to love them because yeah, who doesn't love a party band?
They came up in quite a few lists, didn't they?
They did, yeah, they did, yeah. They came back. They came up on quite a few lists this year. Yeah.
So,
On the
judging by that alone, they will be quite popular with the crowd. I think a different kind of metal.
Totally.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, different to everything else on the lineup. Having seen the lineup.
Yeah, they are totally unique to anything else that we had even submit an application this year.
Yeah. And just for your information, the name of that track that we've just played is Only the Bastards, which is...
Bastard!
Bastard.
Yeah,
Only the bastards.
Only the Bastards. So...
Was that you, Arran? Did you just say?
It was Sean Bean channeling through me.
Is that your Sean Bean impersonation there? Yeah. Give us it again.
Bastard.
That's very good. Yeah, he's from Sheffield.
Yeah.
Is Sean Bean from Sheffield?
God bless him.
Is he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, big Bean. The big Bean man.
Give a flick.
Oh, my mum loved him. My mum loved him.
Give our Sean a flick.
She absolutely. Yep.
Slightly
Give
hysterical
our
now.
Sean a wee flick.
So let's move on to the next band. Who's next, Hevs?
So next up at the takeover is Flatline.
Woo!
So these guys are a 5-piece. Again, really young band, but the looks of them, they're young. Maybe just me, I'm just maybe getting old, but they all look bloody young these days. And I love their style. I think they sound really unique in terms of the type of music that they play. I think they put a slightly different spin on it, and they just stand out. I really like these guys from hearing their first submission, and I was hoping that they would get through. So it was really good to see them on the shortlists when I got them. They also, I think, applied last year as well, but didn't get through. They also submitted the most interesting video as well.
Yeah, it's a great video. I love this. It's them in the outdoors. It's sort of a very grassy area. It's them outdoors playing in the wind. I've had a look through some of their other videos and some of their other tunes, and I'm very impressed with Flatline, actually. They're very interesting lyrics, which I've noticed. They've got a tune called Choke, which I was listening to, and one of the lyrics for that is "Hell is empty, all the cunts are living here," which I love. Love that line.
Amazing.
Love that shit.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
They're from the northeast, aren't they? So they've got their own perspective on what they do and on metal, and I think they're fantastic. I love it.
I think they've just acquired a new member today as well. I think somebody just joined their band today, and he'll be playing
for that person.
Yeah, I think a guy called Joe has just joined their band today. I saw it on their Facebook earlier.
Good decision, Joe.
They're playing for the first time together as a band this week in Newcastle. I'm not sure what the venue is. I can't remember the name of the venue, but they are playing. If you check out their Facebook page, you'll be able to see where they're playing. But yeah, they are playing this weekend. So check that out if you can.
Tell me what you're thinking, Rich.
I think it's really, really fucking good. Very enjoyable. Love a bit of metalcore. And these boys sound good. They sound on point. They sound tight as fuck. Yeah, I want to hear more. And again, another band I'm looking forward to seeing live. And any band that lyric you quoted, "Hell is empty, all the cunts are living here," it's so fucking true, and it's fucking great lyric. And fuck.
Honestly, go and look it up. Choke on their YouTube or on their Spotify or whatever.
I mean, we're only what? Four bands deep so far, and this takeover is like, you know, this is shaping up to be fucking great. It really is.
Yeah, I'm particularly fond of these guys. I'm a huge metalcore fan.
You're not, are you? I've never known that about you.
Just a bit.
No.
Massive metalcore fan. Love
Get
them.
away.
And yeah, these guys really, yeah. really not touched me.
Did they touch you? Oh no!
Full disclosure, right there, guys.
Oh, there's the first.
Oh my god! I can't believe I
Not
just
the
said
show.
that.
That's the first controversy.
Commercial.
These guys really appealed to my love of metalcore. That's what was supposed to come
Right
out of my
back
mouth.
after these monsters.
Please delete that out. Oh my god! Please delete that out.
These guys really touched me. Apart from Joe, he wasn't in the band at the time. Don't worry.
He can touch me
Joe,
now.
you're in yeah.
I'm old enough to be their mother.
Some people like that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Shh.
Next up, we're motoring through these, aren't we? Now, who's next?
Next band up are InRetrospect.
Wow,
Love this
fantastic.
band. Woo! Yeah.
Something completely different. Totally different sound. Totally different to anything we've really had at the Takeover. They are just amazing. So good. They are gonna grab you by the throat and shake you.
I think they're great. They've got a unique sound.
They have.
And they're, I mean, I've watched a few of their videos as well, and they're fantastic.
I was getting such like Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach vibes from this, and I was living a good time. Like, these are very enjoyable to like listen through, and even like the live video they submitted, it was just like clearly bouncing and very much a lot of energy going on. These are gonna go down very well.
Yeah, quite new metal inspired.
I was
yeah,
loving it.
Yeah. Rich Holmes.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, man. Oh shit. Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm getting
Look
back.
at the smile on Rich's face.
I'm getting back
Look at the
to.
smile on his face.
Fuck yeah. I'm literally. I'm semi right now. I am.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only you, Arran, and Crushed by Waves who can get me any harder than I am right now.
Oh mate, I'd say that. These boys are fucking awesome.
Honestly, I'm getting kind of my late 90s, early 2000s vibes. I'm feeling my school days. Fuck. Yeah, right. It's new metal. Just that kind of the dancey beat and the bass. That kind of. Oh my god, yes. I can't wait to
It's got
see.
fuck you energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've never had anything like this at the Takeover before.
Oh, I just want to
We've
dance
never
my
had-
ass off.
In fact, I don't think we've really had many bands of this ilk apply to play, really, in the last bunch of years, ever. They really stood out. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they bring to the.
Even just
look
watching the videos, you know that they're going to have great stage presence.
Yeah. They look so much fucking fun.
Oh, they're great fun. If you get a chance, look at the live videos and like just look at these boys live. They kill it. So I'm excited for them. That tent's gonna be fucking ripped to shreds. Listen to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've already threatened to rip it up. So
Oh, that's
It's only
fucking
just been
hot
put
tent.
back together after Crushed by
Yeah.
Waves played it.
yeah,
Woo!
and
Stitch that shit right together.
they're another band that have got a new member recently in the last couple of days as well. So they'll
Really?
be bringing a brand new lineup with them as well. Yeah. They've. Oh no, hang on a minute. One of them had it. Not one of them. I think one of the partners had a baby. I think I might be getting that mixed up. Yeah.
So
They
they
have
have a
got
new
a new
member
member.
who's a baby.
They have a new member who is about, I don't know, 2 days old. I'm hoping they bring him along. You know, little Kingsley apparently his name is. But yeah, he's cute as a button.
So well done to InRetrospect.
In retrospect, go on, boys. Lovely.
Yay!
Well done. Well done.
Now, there's only one band left. Now, if you're watching this thinking, oh God, I hope it's me, I hope it's me, I hope it's me, fingers crossed. Hevs, who is
Attention.
that final headlining band at the Takeover 2024?
So this has been a few years in coming. So the final band and this year's headliners are Bleed Again.
Well done.
So Bleed Again, what can I say? This is their 6th year applying for the Takeover. They have been so close so many times, but have just been pipped to the post and it's just not been their year. This year was their year. They were very popular amongst the panel. Lots of the panel liked them. They have improved, and looking back on the submissions that they've made over the years, they have improved every single year they've applied, so this is their year, and I am so pleased for them. So pleased for them. They're amazing. They're gonna
so
be
solid. And the fucking nicest guys as well.
Yeah.
Awesome boys, but fuck me, they bring it big time. Sai, you can see with like the cut-off guitar, he is a fucking legend.
Do you know these
He's
guys?
Like one of the best guitarists I've ever seen or met live. He's
you know them?
literally one of the most technical players. Yeah, Sai is a fucking legend. He's in Seeking Akira.
Oh, right, okay, so you're buddies.
I know them, and they are fucking sick. They're gonna destroy this 10. It's gonna be insane.
Wow. Is this up your street, Rich?
Yeah, again, a little bit of metalcore, and I've heard these before. I've listened to their music before, and yeah, absolutely looking forward to seeing them.
Wow.
Yeah, these boys have been on the scene for a while, haven't they?
I've been following these guys on Spotify for a couple of years now because I just really genuinely really like them. And I've always like seen the submissions coming in, and I've always been like, oh, will this be their year? Because I don't get to put together a short list because I've got to remain impartial and just sort of like encourage conversation and stuff amongst the panel. So I don't get to pick bands myself personally. So I root for these guys every year because I do really like them as a band, and I am so happy for them that they got through this year. I'm just absolutely stoked for them. So is Trish. Trish is also absolutely stoked for them because she loves them as well.
It's such a good band. Like, you mean you have to take away the element. It's like, yes, I know these boys. I know how fucking nice they are. I know how amazing they are. And this was totally like off that spreadsheet. I gave everyone the same amount of time, but they stood up so high in this, like, and above, like, the heads were fully above the parapet. Like, they just bring it to a different level. Like, the live stuff is fucking solid, and then the music video as well. Like, this stuff, these boys do have, I think a proper solid tight setup. Like, and when you see them live, it's a different beast. Honestly, it's just going to be, that tent's going to bounce. The tent will literally physically move up and down. So I'm excited for everyone to see what these boys are capable of. Like, they definitely deserve it. Like, I didn't know they'd been applying all these years. I never knew they'd been like trying. That's so fucking, that's incredible. It does, and the persistence pays off, and it's a good lesson for all the other bands as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
even if you didn't make it this year, there is that opportunity. It's always going to be there, and Hevs and the team and everyone is putting that as like, it is an achievable dream. It is something that can happen, and you just got to be patient and trust the process. Yep. And like 1 year, you're just going to come in and you're going to go, holy fuck, we did it. You know what I mean? These boys, I can't even imagine what they're feeling at the minute. They must be just like blown away. Yeah, they won't sleep till download now. They're just going to be fucking rattling. Yeah.
I'm chuffed a bit for them, I really am.
It's a huge opportunity for them, and congratulations. I can see how much energy they've got, and that it's going to be quite a thing to watch on that stage, that high up stage where Crushed by Waves were last year.
It's a big stage. It's a big stage. You got to have some big energy to match it. You got to have that. You know what I mean? These boys have definitely got that. As a headline band as well. Yeah, they're gonna blow them away.
You've got to fill that stage. There's nothing worse as an artist being on a big, huge, massive stage like that and not being able to fill it.
You've got to be bigger than the stage, really, haven't you? Because I guess there are some acts who, they get up there and the stage is a lot bigger. But
all the hair's got to be bigger than the stage. They're still picking up hairs out. Like, they've got an anti-tangle Hoover after this Crushed by Waves set. They're just like, fucking bastards. You know what I mean? Yeah, a hairy mosh.
A hairy mosh. There's the title of the episode.
Sorry, that's a horrible image. I didn't mean to put that in anyone's head.
Just a mess of sweat and hair.
Yes,
but
often ends.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Out. The dog
turned enough. The dog let herself out of the fucking living room.
I did see that. I was like, fuck this.
She just lets herself. I wish she would bloody close it behind her though. Yeah, she lets herself out the door. She's got to check on.
God bless him.
Well, congratulations to all 6 bands. Let's run through them again. You've got Veiled, you've got InDevth, you've got the Gallowgate Murders, you've got Flatline, InRetrospect, and Headline, and you've got Bleed Again. And hopefully we'll be chatting to the bands before they go to download, so look out for that in an upcoming episode. But yeah, fantastic opportunity for all those bands. Well done. Huge achievement.
Well done, boys and girls and everyone else involved.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all we've got for you today. Now we're just gonna go around the room and ask what everybody else is doing. So Arran, I believe you've got some stuff you're doing in the coming month or two, haven't you?
I just wondered if that would trigger. It did. Look, I made hearts. Sorry.
He's got an Apple
Easily
device,
impressed.
which makes hearts.
Yeah, I did that. That wasn't meant to happen, but it did. And then it did this. Sorry, I've got things going on. Yeah, okay, cool. So, Crushed by Waves, my band, we are finally in a position. We've put our debut album out. That's literally out now. So happy with everyone who's been enjoying that, listening to it. Thanks so fucking much for doing that.
Great piece of work.
So good.
Thank you everyone. It's exciting. It's exciting to see it out there. I'm so happy it's just out in the world now. We don't have to like hold it and conceal it like a fucking buried treasure. We can just throw it out there now. It's out there. It's yours. So I hope everyone's enjoying it. The next big thing for us is that we are headlining our first ever tour. We've never headlined a tour before, so we're just like, holy fuck, the pressure is on. Yeah, so in May, we're going out with When We Were Wolves and Glass Graves and Within Reach, and they are all fucking awesome bands. We've got some really cool shows lined up. So in May, if you haven't got your tickets, please go and get them on all the Crushed by Waves links or whatever, and we will see you at those shows because it is going to be good. It's like, yeah, it's the epitome of everything we've been working towards, and like it's, you know, it really lifted off. Like a lot of the album is written sort of in and around that download performance as well, and sort of like how that has influenced us as a band. So yeah, it's exciting. We're looking forward to it. So get your tickets for our tour and listen to that album, and I love you lots and lots. I'm going to make you some love hearts. Watch. Yeah.
Crushedbywaves.com if you want tickets or the album or any
You
other
realise
merch.
he's going to go out in the street and try and do that now.
Yeah, I'm going to generate hearts in the street.
Visual.
He's a mental person. I am. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Rich Holmes, what have you got happening in your life that's not necessarily to do with metal music?
Check me out on the socials as usual. You can also check out Richard Holmes Photography on the socials. See what's
You do, although you do take pictures of metal, don't you?
I do take pictures.
Wow! There we go. Yeah, that choked it up a little bit there.
I do
Choked up.
I do take pictures of metal occasionally. Yes.
Some copper,
Yeah.
steel,
Brass.
but obviously, yeah, some brass.
Alan Prime.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All consensual, I must say.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not consenting, I am.
Yeah.
But obviously as well,
He knows.
this is the Manchester posse for the Crushed by Waves headline gig.
Yeah.
We are
Thank you
all
for ordering your
going,
merch, Rich. Legend.
You know, to the.
I'll be there.
That's what I'm saying. We
Hevs
are
is
all
gonna
of
be
us.
there.
Yeah,
All of us
I'm
in this
Manchester.
room right now will be there.
I've put a cushion so it's a bit more comfortable on the branch outside my window tonight, Rich. You got a sore ass last time.
I wasn't good to the branch.
Oh my god. Oh.
New Festpod
Taking in the
book plugs
views,
coming
baby.
soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sponsored by. Does that come in pink?
Any colour you want.
Any colour you want?
Pussy pink.
Yeah. Don't forget me mug.
Yep, will do. And Heather Gibb, or Hevs, as we affectionately know her.
Queen.
We can. So basically, it's the Takeover page, isn't it? Takeover at Download on Facebook or Insta. You haven't got any. That's it, isn't it? Just Facebook and Insta. You're not anywhere
Yeah,
else, are
we don't have anything else.
Don't bother.
I'm not like that technically intelligent when it comes to
Aren't you?
all the I mean, I can manage Facebook, I can manage Instagram, and I think I tried a couple of TikToks once, but I got bored with it really fast.
So if you've enjoyed the show,
Neill,
please...
Neill, what about yourself?
Oh,
yeah, what about
me?
you, Neill? What are you up to?
Yeah.
Well, if you just look for Neill Wilkinson, that's Neill with 2 L's on the socials, you'll find my socials. I don't, to be really honest, post that much on it, but I do post little nuggets now and again. So if you want to find me, that's where you'll find me.
Some brown nuggets.
With the chocolate ones. So if you've enjoyed the show, please interact with the video or the podcast with a like or a follow wherever you've found us. It lets the algorithm know that you like this kind of content. God bless you. We're all over the socials and YouTube, so just search for Festpod to find us. And if you'd like to support what we do here at Festpod, there are 3 ways that you can do it. Number 1, you can get yourself a bit of gorgeous and well-made merch from our Etsy store. There's an example of it there. There's my mug. There's loads to choose from. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, lovely stuff. Just go to festpod.co.uk and click on merch to find the whole range. Number 2, you can tip us. Buy us a coffee, spelled Kofi. Find the link at festpod.co.uk. Just click on support and give us a tip. Just a tip. Number 3, you can join the Festpod VIP Club, which is our Patreon scheme. Go to festpod.co.uk to sign up. It's just £5 a month, and you'll get a free Festpod woven patch. The iconic woven patch that everybody's wearing these days. After your 2nd month of membership, watch us record the show online. Get the next episode 24 hours before everybody else. Regular Festpod outtakes, which happen regularly, and you're very lucky because there's quite a lot from this episode. If you're one of our VIP club members, you'll enjoy those.
They're usually longer than the shows as well.
You'll get also 10% ongoing discount on Festpod merchandise as well, which is fabulous, isn't it? So just click on support us on festpod.co.uk to help us out. So that's it. Congratulations to all the bands. Thanks to Arran and Hevs and Rich for being on Festpod today. Thanks for listening to you, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
A Wilco Productions podcast.
Hoovering like a maniac.